Welcome to the weightlifting platform, where the smell of chalk is always in the air, and to me, it smells like victory. The weightlifting platform is brought to you by the Panamerican Weightlifting Federation. I'm your host, Richard Mason. We're still here in Jeddah, home of the 2021 Youth World Weightlifting Championships, and we have a number of teams here. In fact, we'll sit down with the Spanish team to find out what they had to do to get here in terms of preparation and what will happen for them next. Well wishes from Ukraine for lifters around the world will be in our tip of the week. And good to know, the color of weightlifting. But first, here are the headlines. The last lift has been placed back on the platform, signifying the end of the Youth World Weightlifting Championships here in Jeddah. The last lift belonged to Russian Aslambek Playev, who totaled 340 in the plus 102 kilo category for 3 gold medals. The last women's session was dominated by Rafina Chalkarova. She snatched 107, clean and jerked 140 for a 247 total. In the men's 102, it was another Kazakh athlete winning gold, Rakat Bekbolov. Natalia Gadelia of Georgia took top honors in the 81s. Uzbekistan, Russia, Armenia, Colombia, Islamic Republic of Iran, United States of America, Philippines, and Thailand were among the nations on the top of the various categories. Full results are available for you on the IWF webpage. Just as restrictions on Thailand were easing due to their compliance with ITA and WADA guidelines, there's been a setback. The World Anti-Doping Agency has declared 3 countries, Thailand, Indonesia, and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, non-compliant. For Thailand, WADA says it hasn't fully implemented the 2021 anti-doping code, while DPR Korea and Indonesia were ruled not compliant for not implementing effective testing programs. Indonesia says it wasn't able to collect the needed samples due to the pandemic and will ask WADA to reconsider. Thai officials have said legal discussions slowed the passing of the legislation, but will be accepted as quickly as possible. Until the countries are deemed compliant, they can't do a lot of things, including hosting regional, continental, or world championships. Their athletes aren't able to compete under their own country's flag, and board members from those affected nations won't be able to participate in meetings. Those are today's headlines. Now, good to know. Weightlifting events weren't always as colorful as they are today. In fact, most weights were either metallic or black in the history of weightlifting. That is until after the Olympics in Munich in 1972. That's when red 25 kilo plates were added and became popular. Same with the 20 kilo blues and the 15 kilo yellows. But it would still be over another decade later that the green 10s and the other colors were set for the smaller plates. And that is good to know. Time to talk next. Now it's time to talk. We're still at the World Youth Weightlifting Championships here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and we're joined by 2 members of the Spanish youth team. Let's get them to introduce themselves. Laura, first you. I need your name and your weight category, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Laura García Rincón of the 59 category class.
Fantastic. Ruth, can you introduce yourself?
Yo soy Ruth Fuentefría Sánchez de la categoría de 45 kilos.
Fantastic. Now, we always ask the first question of our guests. It's always the same question. How did you find yourself first taking up weightlifting? How did you find yourself in a situation with a barbell for the first time?
That was 4 years ago when I was 12 and my parents were going to the gym and they forced me to go with them. And then I asked to go, and the weightlifting coach of the club of our city, my sister and I, she told us to go to the club, and that's how it started.
Fantastic. How did it start for you? A similar situation? You can answer in English or Spanish, whatever you're most comfortable with.
Ok, pues mi entrenador vino al colegio hace 4 años, hicieron unas pruebas de captación y fui a probar al club y ya está.
Okay, Laura, can you help me out?
In the Rats Club, his coach does a seminar in some schools of the city, and there was in some of that high schools, and then he told Ruth to go to the club.
Okay, fantastic. Now, early on, when you were just starting out,
was there, you're here at the World Championships, so you are elite athletes now, but early on, did you get the sense that this was going to be the sport for you?
Mm, at first time, I was doubting because my sister pushed me to go, but then I start loving weightlifting, and my coaches really have confidence in me, and that helps me to um, think I was capable of do something like this.
In your situation, when you were just starting out, did you feel that this was going to be something that you would have success at, that this was going to be your sport?
Sí, o sea, yo cuando entré, pues iba tranquilamente, pero luego ya me di cuenta de que sí que podía ser mi deporte. Encima mi entrenador me decía que yo valía para esto.
Ruth at first time she was like chilling out in trainings, but then his coach also have really confidence in she, so she started improving and having more confidence.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about coaching. You started with the coach in the club in your city. Is that the coach that you're still with, or has it changed as you've progressed as an athlete?
And my coach is now here is he, and yes, is the same coach like 4 years ago, and I was with another coach that now is working in the Spanish Federation.
Okay, and your situation with coaches, that coach that went to your school, is that the coach that you continue to work with?
No, hará un año yo entré en el Centro de Alto Rendimiento de Madrid y pues cambié de entrenadores, pero igualmente en las competiciones está mi entrenador del club y el entrenador de la selección española.
Ruth is from North Spain, but now she's like on a permanent training camp in Madrid, that is the capital of Spain, and she's now with another trainers.
Okay, fantastic. Now, tell me about your experience here in Jeddah. Is this your first Youth World Championship?
Yes, it's my first Youth World Championships, but I have another year.
Okay. Are you happy with what you did here? Are you happy with your performance? Are you happy with your placing? Are you happy with the overall experience of these beautiful hotels and fantastic equipment?
The overall experience is so good. I'm really happy of seeing people of other countries. I think it's a really grateful experience, and the results are good. I am at fourth place in snatch, and I'm not sure of the rest of all, but it always could be better, and I want more.
Perfect. I expect that answer from every athlete, unless it's the Olympic gold and you're getting old. How was your experience? Are you happy with what happened on the platform? And are you happy with what you've seen here with the rest of the city?
Sí, yo estoy muy contenta con mi participación porque no creía que me iba a salir también la competición, ya que he estado entrenando un poco así asá, y he conseguido la medalla de plata y yo también le quiero agradecer a los entrenadores que han estado aquí porque me han motivado un montón.
Ruth was not training so good, but then the competition was amazing. She won the silver medal on snatch with a snatch that was also a record of Spanish weightlifting.
Yeah, yeah.
And she also wants to uh, say her coaches she's so grateful about this.
Okay. Now, what's the next step? Like, you've got one more year of youth left. Do you have a year of youth left as well? No, you're off to the juniors now. Are you already? Is your head already back in the gym to prepare for the next competition?
I am now a little bit confused because I was being a lot of months only thinking in this, and now it has passed. I'm like shocked, but I want to go to train. I want to train this afternoon, tomorrow, and continue because I have a lot of things to improve.
Now, is this the same situation with you? You're a little different situation, is that you're moving on to juniors next. But has this kind of put more fire, made you more passionate, made you more want to get back in the gym right away?
Sí, ahora pues tenemos más ganas aún para ser mejor junior y seguir entrenando súper fuerte.
Ruth is now more motivated at least, and she also wants to continue training really hard.
Okay. Now, what happens now? Because we're in a different cycle. What's the next competition? Well, you don't even know because you were so obsessed with this one. I'll ask you, what's the next competition that is coming up for you? And did you learn anything from watching the other athletes and coaches that maybe that you can incorporate into your training and regimen?
No me entero muy bien de lo que ha dicho.
¿Qué puedes incorporar a tus siguientes competiciones que has aprendido?
Ah, vale. Pues que para las siguientes competiciones a concentrarme y dar todo de mí en todo momento y confiar mucho en el entrenador, porque el entrenador sabe lo que hace.
She wants to continue really focused in the competition and trust really in his coaches.
Okay. Now, you're still youth age. You're almost not youth age. Do you have long-term goals? Is there goals that you've got, you know, at some point I want to snatch 95 and I want to clean and jerk 120 and I'm getting ready for the Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. Do you set goals like that, or do you just, you know, one more kilo, one more kilo, one more kilo?
I don't really want to talk a lot about that because sometimes when you talk a lot, then things doesn't happen. But I have the Olympic dream, of course, like every athlete.
Yes. Is similar situation?
Yeah, me too, me too.
I didn't even have to get you to translate that. I got that. Me too. Me too. Olympics. How is things going in Spain? Are you having, Spain seems to have had some great success lately, both at Europeans and here. The Spanish Federation is doing well.
I think it's doing really well, and now it's improving the federation. I think everything is gonna go up.
Up. Yes. Similar situation.
Yeah, me too, I think so.
I keep asking her the same question every time. Is it the similar situation? Is it the similar situation? Anyway, I thank you both for taking the time to join us. Those were the easy questions. We're going to give you tougher questions when we put you on the clock next. We had a great chat, but that was asking easy questions. Now we're going to ramp this up a little. We're going to put a little pressure on these two youth athletes with our tough segment. We call it On the Clock. We're going to ask questions, something weightlifting, something not, just to get to know them a little better. And we're going to do it in about 3, 2, 1. What is her worst habit?
Snatch.
Snatch. How about you? What's the worst her that you've seen from her in the gym?
Squat.
Okay. Fantastic. What is your favorite app on your phone?
Instagram.
What is your favorite app on her phone?
Instagram too.
Perfect. What's your favorite song? Your favorite song?
Ah.
And song, chanson?
Burn.
And?
Himno of Spain.
Fantastic. That caught me off guard, I got to tell you. What kind of animal would you be if you were an animal?
Panda.
And?
Tigre.
Tiger. Yes. I'm doing horribly at this. You guys are answering so quickly. It's well done. What's the best place you've seen through weightlifting?
Jeddah.
What's the nicest place you've seen through weightlifting?
A Coruña.
A Coruña. Where do you want to see for weightlifting? What city would you like to go visit?
New York.
What city would you like to go visit?
Los Ángeles.
Oh, we're out of time. We didn't get time to get to New York. We didn't get time to get to Los Angeles, but we did get to Jeddah. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, both of you. Our tip of the week is next.
It wasn't easy, especially with the COVID situation around the world, but Saudi Arabia found a way and opened its arms and welcomed the international weightlifting community to this youth championship. Here's Viktor Slobodeniuk from Team Ukraine from here with a wish for all from the championships.
Hello, guys, for weightlifting platform. I'm Viktor Slobodeniuk from Ukraine. I'm a team leader, and I want to say big thanks for IWF for all people who made these great championships, and I wish you good luck for all young weightlifters, and I hope all of you in the future can take more medals like our Ukrainian boy who take a bronze medal in body weight category 67 15 minutes ago. So, good luck.
Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of the Weightlifting Platform, brought to you by the Pan American Weightlifting Federation. As always, we want your feedback. We want to hear from you. So, first step is to bookmark us here on YouTube. You can also like the IWF on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IWF.net, and let us know what you think. Until then, I'm Richard Mason. Good lifting.